I'm Angela, and I'm coming to you from Texas. And I'm welcoming you on my journey through bariatric surgery. Um, and my my journey welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. Um, First of all, um, I will say that I'm going to try and stick to the point. I got my little pad here so I don't get off key. I do have ADD. I do tend to wander with my talking. I don't know that I'm going to edit these videos at all. I don't see any point in it. Y'all got your own little edits. If I'm talking too much on something, just scroll through. um, but anyways, um, I'm going to have my surgery done in Tijuana, Mexico. Um, I scheduled yesterday, February 28th, is my date. I'm super excited. I spent all day yesterday. For me not to get on Facebook none was absolutely wonderful for one, but that's how excited I am because I spent almost all day long continuing research on what I need to do, what I need to eat. Um, the place that I'm going through provided meal plans and what I'm supposed to do and when I'm supposed to do it. But that wasn't good enough. I had to go. I was just like super excited. I had to go further and beyond. I wanted to know what people expected, what people went through, what helped them, what didn't help them. And so I'm kind of bringing this video in and give you my perspective of, uh, you know, what to expect. The reason why I chose Tijuana, Mexico, and I know a lot of people freak out, oh my goodness, my son picks on me all the time, says, yeah, you're going to come back with no liver or kidney. And I just find that funny. I don't know why Tijuana's got such a bad rep. I mean, I did see in my looking at videos and stuff, a news clipping of 3 people died while having bariatric surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. They made it home and then they died. Well, how many in the U.S. has had bariatric surgery and died? People's got to realize no matter where you go, whether it be U.S. or Tijuana or another foreign country, um, there's risk involved in any surgery that you have. But the amount of surgeries, and it's just sleeve and gastric bypass that I'm going to, these doctors do nothing but surgeries all day long. They do, I think, between 8 to 10 surgeries a day. So I guess if I was to trust anybody, I'd rather trust somebody that done 8 to 10 surgeries a day than I would for somebody that does maybe 2 or 3 a week. If they do that many. The doctor I'm going to is very renowned, from all over. He's very good. I specifically requested him. I think there's 2 other doctors, but I requested him, and yes, this is my kitten, Willow. She's got to make her debut. But I don't feel nervous getting it done in Tijuana. What I do feel nervous about is the journey to there. what the prep that I have to do, the changing of my eating habits, the going to California, um, crossing the border into Tijuana. Just those things make me nervous, not the surgery itself. But now I've had like 8 or 9 surgeries already, so in different parts of my body, so surgery's not a big deal for me. I'm basically used to it. I've had hysterectomy, C-section, gallbladder, hernia, um, hip replacement. Both of my thumbs I just got done. Um, so I'm no stranger to surgery. So the journey to and the journey after makes me more nervous than going to Tijuana, Mexico, and having the surgery done. Um, right now, um, I'm not exactly sure what I weigh. My next video will start my actual weigh-in of what I weigh before I start uh, doing my weight loss. The reason being, it's crawfish season here in Texas, and I've got to have some crawfish. And where I go to, they serve the best bread, and bread is my biggest weakness. So I'm wanting to have one more farewell meal before my life completely changes. So Saturday, uh, I'm just going. Saturday's when I'm getting all my stuff to start. So Sunday will be my start date, which will be the 23rd. So the 23rd of January is my start date. When I got my packet for having my weight loss surgery, the doctor only recommended that I go 17 days prior to my surgery to go on a high protein, low carb diet. But this is something that I'm going to have to stick with the rest of my life. So why not start now? I mean, it's just, I need to get used to it. I might as well start. Within the 17 days, the last 3 days of that, I have to go on a strict liquid diet. And I will be on that liquid diet for weeks after my bariatric surgery. I opted to go with the bariatric surgery because my stomach doctor, when I had my last a colonoscopy and endoscopy, he told me I had acid reflux really, really bad, which I knew that anyways from previous endoscopies done. I've had it ever since pretty much I had my kid, my first boy. I developed it, and so he told me that if I ever decided to do weight loss surgery, that I need to um, have the gastric bypass because the sleeve will cause so much more acid reflux that it would be unbearable for me. So I'm going ahead and doing the gastric bypass. I'm trying to stay on point, so I'm looking at my thing. Um, why I chose Mexico to have my bariatric surgery instead of the United States. I do have insurance. Is in Mexico, it's going to cost me roughly around $6,500. That's not counting the airfare or gas. We're driving. Only because with COVID and everything, and the airlines are so messed up and everything, it's just more convenient just to drive. It's going to take about 20 some hours to get there. So we're gonna leave that Friday because my surgery's on Monday. We're gonna leave that Friday. We're gonna drive 10 hours and get a hotel, and then drive another 10 hours, and then we'll be there. We got to be at the airport. We're going to park at the airport, and then someone from the hospital, the Tijuana hospital, will come over and pick us up and then take us across the border, and then I'll be set to get my surgery done. They're going to pick us up at 9 o'clock on that Sunday, so the 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning, is when I'm supposed to be there, and he picked me up. And I'll try to do some, I'm not going to try, I will do some video blogging, and try to get as much information as I can. A girl, I won't get off topic for a minute because I'm sitting here looking at myself as I'm doing this. There was a girl yesterday, a videoer that I was watching, a vlogger, about her bariatric surgery, and that's kind of what made me do this. Is so everybody can, even though she was excellent and she looks really, really good, I want to give another viewpoint, I guess, someone else, for somebody to watch, that is going through the same thing she is, but I may say things that she didn't, I may give information that she didn't, but anyways, back to what I was going to say is, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this, and when I watched her blogs, she was like this, and then by the end of it, I mean, her face, she was so skinny and it looks so good, and I'm so excited. Sorry, I'm really excited about getting this surgery. And just, I have weighed this for 30 years. And I'm going to get back on topic right now. And that was the reason why I chose Mexico. As I was saying, it's $6,500 to get everything done except for the added expense. I think I had to pay $100 in cash extra for a CT scan, and that's actually a COVID test. Instead of swabbing and waiting and all that, they actually x-ray your lungs to make sure your lungs are clear and able to withstand the surgery, which I actually find that better than doing the actual COVID test. Hey, I get to see that my lungs are healthy, and two, it just, I think it puts in a better perspective. I mean, what if I went and had walking pneumonia or whatever and didn't even know it, and I go and get the CT of my lungs? That saves me from basically dying on the table, or getting a lot worse. So I think doing that prior to, on your pre-op, is a wonderful idea. It's very soothing to the mind. But anyways, I have insurance, and I was going to get it done here in the United States a couple years ago. And he told me the reason why I can't get past, I was at 190, was pretty much my lowest weight. I think it may be 189. 189, 190 was my lowest weight I've been in 30 years. But I never could get past that. And so he told me that I don't know if it's full of crap or what, but he told me that it was because I had weighed this amount so much that normal diets that I would try to be on just wouldn't do what it needs to do, that I would have to have the surgery um, to reach my goal weight. Um, so then when he talked about price, it was going to be $32,000 to have it done, and that was with insurance. And at the time, my deductible had been met, but my out of pocket hadn't. So I had to have paid around, I think it was around $3,000 more dollars, which wasn't bad. And I was going, oh, I was excited, and I'm like, okay, I can do the $3,000. I'm going all for this. But then he says it's going to be another $10,000 for the hospital use, and I'm like, you know, I don't have that kind of money. Um, so I didn't get to get it done. Uh, I never thought anything else more about the weight loss surgery because it was just too far fetched here in the United States to get it done. I didn't know anything about Tijuana, Mexico, about the doctor, about the surgery, anything. Um, it was God sent that there was a skinny mini sitting next to me at a restaurant, and I didn't mean to eavesdrop. She was just really loud. But she was talking about her having weight loss surgery, and I'm like, girl, you're too skinny. She's like, no, no. She says, before, she said I was really big. And I went and had weight loss surgery in Mexico. And I was like, I said, I've heard things about going there, but I said, because I just remembered when I was went to the U.S. Bariatric, um, there was a girl that brought her father in, I think, and he was going to have the surgery done, and she was on the big side too, and she says, I'm going to Mexico to have mine done because I don't have insurance. And so that's how but I never looked it up or anything like that. But that's how I knew that something about Mexico. That's all I knew. So she told me who she went through to get her weight loss surgery. She gave me a Facebook page, a support group that is all the people that have surgery done at that place. And so for a year now, I have been watching. Well, I went to try and get it done, and when you go through this company, if you don't have the money, you can try and get a loan. Well, my credit's shit. I couldn't get a loan, which if you can pay cash, pay cash. Don't try and get a loan from it. Save up. The company actually has a layaway plan. Um, I'm not going to endorse them or anything, but uh, so if this is something after you're done watching my videos that you might want to get done, just look up Tijuana, uh, um, Tijuana, Mexico bariatric surgery. Everything you need will pop up first thing. So I'm not telling you the doctor or anything like that. You can. I don't know that I can, to be honest, or I would tell you. Um, I don't know how these things work. This is my very first blog. Um, so I done a year. When she told me I was going to, I went straight and looked it up and wrote everything down. I printed everything. They give you somebody that you can talk to constantly. You can send messages back and forth. So at the time, I had no money. My husband was basically between jobs. He had lost his job. They shut the doors on him, and so he's really been struggling trying to find a new job that he feels at home with. He finally has. We're finally straightened out um, with my tax income and his big bonus check. We're good to go on having the money to get the surgery. But with the wait time, it's been about a year since she told me, maybe a little over a year. Um, but in that time, you know, I was been on that Facebook page and on that group, and I saw people's journey from that doctor and people that got um, surgery like 3, 4 to 6 months ago, and what they look then and what they look now. It's just, oh, it just made me want it so much more. I mean, I just wanted it so bad. And I actually broke down crying um, about a week ago and told my husband I never wanted anything so bad in my life than this surgery. Because the way I'm living now is not a good quality of life. Um, so, where being in the United States, it was far more fetched than going to Tijuana, Mexico. That's why I opted to go there. But I done, like I said, I done a year's worth of research. Um, yesterday, when I got to um, uh, make my actual um, date for my surgery, in other words, put my deposit down. Um, Everything got really real, really quick, and so I spent all day long doing nothing but uh, researching what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat, blah blah blah. Which they tell you all that. They actually put me on um, a diet, but only 17 days prior to um, uh, surgery. They want me for 14 days to go on a high protein, low carb diet. And for the other 3 days, it's going to be strictly a liquid diet. Um, I start that on February the 11th, but I've decided that instead of waiting until February 11th, I'm going to go to start Sunday. The reason why I'm starting is I have one more meal that I really, really want to eat before I'm done with that lifestyle. And sorry, I love crawfish, and I can eat crawfish even after the surgery. I mean, when I'm well and everything, and get to the stage where I can eat that again. She's a little fart. Um, but I also like the bread, and I am a big bread and sweet eater, and that's just something I'm not going to be able to have again. Um, will I be able to? Of course. Should I? No. Um, I've heard some people say that when you have this done, that your sweet tooth actually goes away, and I'm so hoping that the bread tastes really, really dry and yucky, and sweet just doesn't. It's like too sweet, and I don't want to eat it. So that's what I'm praying for after the surgery. As far as meals, I really don't eat that much. As far as a meal, it's just I don't eat much. Period. Even down to snacking, I don't one or two little bites and I'm done. Um, I don't indulge on any of my food ever, except for crawfish. But it's basically what I eat um, when I do eat. Um, and that's what I'm gonna have to change. Um, all this stuff has to go away. This is my weakness here. Recently, I found these, and they only sell them in one place. And I'm not going to endorse the place, but they only sell them at one place. Um, and I usually use their creamer in my coffee. And then when I saw these, and I'm like, they're not making the Oreo creamer. I've not found lately. They used to make it all the time, but where I'm at, I don't see the Oreo creamer. So when I found the actual coffees, I just had to have it. And then I got stuck on them. And yeah, I got 2 more left. I'm done. No more. Never again. Bye bye. Starbucks is my other weakness. I do have a gift card, but I'm going to let my son finish it off. So no more with it. So Saturday will be my last meal as a fat person, or if you don't like that word, a heavy person. I'm not sure if I told you my weight, but I weigh between 280 and 300. This is the highest I've ever weighed, and I've only weighed this amount probably within the past 6 months. I went from like 235 to what I am now within 6 months' time. I don't know if it's medication that I'm taking or what, because I'm not changing anything that I'm doing other than I'm gaining weight. But when I come on here again, I'm going to try for Monday. I'm going to come and give you my actual weight. That'll be the day that I've already have 1 day of being on my, I'm not going to say diet. I'm going to be on my new life, my high protein, low carb diet, or low carb life, new life. But yeah, I think I've spent enough of your time introducing myself, and more to come. See you Monday.